Hello everybody, welcome to today's live stream. Today we're going to be having a look at the new contact patch or unit base engine substance by Output. They describe it as, on their website, a deeply produced bass engine covering combination of heavily processed electric and acoustic basses, full live brass sections, huge polysynths and the dirtiest analog synths, and a lot more there. That's at output.com. So we're going to be looking at this today. I have done absolutely nothing but open it up, map the macros, which there are 4 of in this main first page, to Ableton Live, and then just set up a clip that's just been playing some presets while the stream was warming up. I'm just going to close this down. I also made a Max for Live device that cycles through the presets. So let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. And here we have it. So let's open it up and have a look. It comes as a contact... a contact instrument, if you like. Let me just close it down. No. So let's go substance. Well, it's up here. Contact player, of course, is free, I believe. And yeah, so this is what you're presented with. Let me just close down the browser, make it nice and small. Very simple looking on the first page, but there's obviously more pages here. Again, we're going to go through these together because I have not seen this yet. So obviously on the main page we have, it looks like just 4 macros. And of course they'll be assignable within Ableton Live. I'm just going to delete this MIDI clip we had here, just so the macros don't take control of themselves. If you guys have any questions or have anything you'd like as we go through this, please do ask. And maybe you see something I missed. Let me know if I've missed something. So as I understand it, we have 3 separate kind of layers, if you like. I'm not sure if they're synths or if they're kind of sample-based type things. Probably a bit of both, I imagine, knowing outputs type stuff. Let's go into the presets area first. So, okay, I've clicked on the presets area. We've got a bunch of different categories here: dirty, clean, simple, complex, sub, ARP, flux. Let's try ARP and just pick a random one. Let's try another one. I'm gonna bring the BPM up quite fast. Let's go 165. Okay. So that's all good, and as you can see, once you choose a particular category, it shows you what else you can choose. So we've got things like polyphonic, which is good. Should pick one of these guys. Lots of presets. Pretty cool. Simple upright's always a good one. So that's a pretty basic menu. I assume the clear button gets rid of everything. We've got favorites and user here. Obviously I haven't favorited or created anything myself yet. I'm assuming, let's just pick one more to go with. What's a cool thing here? Dirty. Let's go dirty. So wobbledy wobble. Okay, so let's get out of the presets menu now. Here's our macros. These are obviously assigned in the macro area, I guess. Okay, so there's a macro area up here. We'll get into that probably near the end once we've made some cool sounds. So let's go into the edit thing and have a look. I don't believe I can click anything here. I can. Okay. Let's go back to that. So yeah, I think by clicking on either one of these 3, you'll notice there's 3 here. Oh, we've got power buttons as well. That opens up this menu. So This menu gives us some subcategories. We have simple synths, bass guitars, low brass and woodwinds, process bass guitars, organic hybrids, subs, synth plucked, complex synths, and one shot and impacts. Okay. And as we click on these, you'll see it kind of changes all the graphics and stuff here, and it gives us another submenu of what we can choose. So right off the bat, let's close this down. So let's turn off the power for this one and this one. And let's open up this module here. So we've got simple synths. Obviously that was the Tri-Screamer. We've got Subpluck. What I might do very quickly is see what's making the ARP. I'm going to, the arpeggiator's off, maybe the rhythm section. Sounds like the LFO is, I'm going to pick a different preset for now because I want to go through these sequentially. That'll do. So turn these two off, go into this menu here. Again, I'm going to start with simple synths. Subpluck, basic wave. Tri-Screamer. We've got some effects going on here. Wonder if we can turn those off really quick. Distort, there we go. Han Solo. Squarey. Dirty Saw. Chorus synth. Kind of spatially spread. Dual Tri. And dumb bass. We've also got some release. I'm assuming there's envelopes and stuff. Maybe we'll just deal with that now also. So if I go edit, okay, we've got an ADSR. Let's bring the release down. Well, that was simple. Back to the main, back to the source. So that was simple synths. Let's go to bass guitars. So we've got MC Beetle. Need quite a lot of velocity. It's good that it's sensitive though. 6 string. Excuse me. Rosewood. Almost sounds like there's a filter, so let's go into our EQ here. Let's turn everything off. Filter, EQ, effects, rhythm. Can't really hear much going on there. Let's go back to simple synths. They're definitely coming through, so I guess these are just like real basic kind of bass guitar sounds. Let's move ahead. Low brass and woodwind, group brass. And obviously the processing is going to be what makes these awesome. A swell. We heard that one before, that was cool. Pretty cool. Bass clarinet. Contrassoon. Brass hole. I might give it a little bit of attack release. Quite velocity sensitive. Let's just skip through these quickly now. Brown notes. Then we have process bass guitars. Brass hole, I didn't get it until he said that. Okay, organic hybrids. me just go back to these. Is there any... No, we can't do anything else apart from select a source. Rabbit hole. And then we've got subs, so these will be pretty simple. It's a pretty cool selection. You don't usually get that many selections. We've got synth plucks. And so on and so on. Complex synths. Polysynth. Format bass. Unison bass. Pluck swell. Grizz pluck. Pretty nice sounds. Some pretty screamy stuff. Growler. Noise attack. One shot and impact. So we have gong. Sub tsunami. Turn that volume down a bit. Static boom. Whoa. Depth charge. So they're still harmonic, which is good, or melodic. Shadow hit. Tight click. Good for making kicks. Bright noise. And pink noise. So those are our sources. And as I said, if we go out of this mode, we have 3 that we can choose all at once to mix together and create craziness. If I move into the edit area, first thing I notice is, so it's split it into 3 separate areas for each of those 3 sources. We have a power button, a volume button. I don't know what this does. So this is like a copy paste type area. We have our ADSR envelopes, which is an interesting squiggly snake shape. So as I move the attack, decay, sustain, release, pretty straightforward. We have a pan, left, right. And then we have a spread, which goes from narrow to stereo to wide. We should probably be listening to these. I'll pick a better sound. There's the credits for you. Let's go with, we'll go for something really harsh, one of these. Okay, so I'm going to go out of that, go back into the edit menu. So here's our attack. Pretty straightforward stuff. So that was in the widespread. This is stereo. This is narrow. So dead in the center. Hard right, hard left. Bring that down. We also have a tune. So this is in semitones. And then we can transpose. Oh, so we can click on these to go up in single increments, or up 12 or negative 12. Going to get rid of the attack. Bring the sustain all the way up. And we have sample start. So assuming this is where the start of the sample is. What's up, Zodiac 909? I honestly don't use FabFilter Compressor, man. I'm really sorry I couldn't help you there. I had to download it for the Collab Alliance because I know people like Slink and Bill, and I think KJ Stalker use it. So maybe go and ask them about it. I really couldn't help you there. Okay, so what I'm guessing here is we've got a filter on a bandpass, and we do. So let's turn that off. Oh no, that's not. There we go. And we have monophonic mode with legato. And we have polyphonic, I guess. Yeah, sorry I can't help you, bro. Alrighty, let's move on to the EQ. So the EQ has a hard sync area. No, it doesn't. That's the name of the source, my bad. So the EQ, we have a frequency knob, a gain knob, and a Q knob. And we can choose low, mid, or high. When I pick low, we get a roll-off or a band pass. Mid, we get a Q. High, we get a high pass and a band. So that's kind of handy, just a little bit of boosting. And you don't have to just have one of these. It seems like all of these can be done together. So I can subtract or add with the mid. We also have a global EQ, which is currently on. Okay. So the global EQ applies to all the layers. I've only got one on at the moment. Cheers, man. Thanks for stopping by. Okay, let's move over to the filter. Filter is off because I turned it off just before. Let's turn it on. So the filter types, we have AR1. So these are low passes, a couple of high passes, 2 band pass, a format, and a phaser. Let's have a listen to those. Some res. Pretty cool. Let's try the 4-pole. We'll change our sound really quickly. So that's quite handy. You can quickly click on the name of the sound. Okay, let's listen to the Daft LP. Whoa, lots of resonance there. That's a pretty cool one, that one. We got a high pass. And same again, 4-pole. And Daft, turn the res down. So I think a Daft just means it lets you go into ridiculous resonance levels, which we all know can be great for your eardrums. But sometimes you do want to get up there. We got a band pass 2-pole. And we have a 4-pole. Format. And then we have, okay, so this is filter mode. If I click on ADSR mode, turn it on, we now have an ADSR for our filter. So pretty standard so far. Let's go amount up, so 100%. Change the filter type back to we'll go back to that Daft LP one. Bring the cutoff down. Go back to the ADSR, give it some more decay. It's velocity sensitive. Let's go back to this envelope for a sec. Give it some attack instead. Okay, so I'm going to bring the velocity sensitive down just while I play with the ADSR. Yeah, the case is getting there. I haven't got it all MIDI synced yet. The final cables to go. I've got to go down to the store when I finish this stream and buy more fucking cables. Let's change the sound again. Let's go to format bass. Maybe a different one. I'm going to bring the release down now. Back to the filter. Let's maybe try unison bass. Remember, you can do this 3 times together. I'm just doing it on a single oscillator or whatever the Source Engine thing is called right now. Guitar God Miles, I'm not totally sure, to be honest with you. The way that it currently looks, it doesn't look like you can drag in your own samples. I could be completely wrong though, however, this is my first time using it, so I do apologize if I'm incorrect. Anybody watching, please double check that fact yourself. So this is the source selection area here, so you pick a category and then here are your kind of different sources. Anyway, back to the filters. Go back to that ADSR again, do an attack again. Let's go back to the EQ. Okay. What I might do is turn the global EQ off for now, and this EQ, just as we cycle through them, turn the filter off as well. So there's our raw source sound. And I believe that's all for the filters. There's a global filter. Okay, so this is obviously attached to a macro here, so you see as I try to move it, it's giving me a green and a red dot. So assuming that means that it's been taken over by a macro control on the front page here. We have a low pass. So yeah, we've got a filter per layer and a global filter, which is pretty neat. Let's go over to the effects area and have a look what we got. So I probably should have turned these off while we were listening to the sources. So the effects we have are distort, motion, pitch, comp, delay, and reverb. Let's have a look at these. Let's turn on distort. And when we click on it, we get another area, another menu area. So we've got saturation and gain. And we can change the style of distortion. We can make it, or we can have all 3 at once. Let's just try one at a time. Dirt. We'll change the source sound just to keep things a bit more interesting. Alright, let's try the lo-fi. It's always fun. Bitrate, yeah. So you can bring the bitrate down all the way until you've got just little bits. Kontakt is, yeah, I guess you could say it's a glorified instrument rack. It's kind of Native Instruments sampler that other people can produce for, and it's a really powerful engine. So a lot of these companies make their sample-based instruments as Kontakt instruments because they allow DAWs to get really deep with them and stuff. I don't have terribly many of them myself, but they're used quite a lot in things like film scoring and stuff as well. I mean, producers use them as well, like if you want real bass guitars, or this one is particularly cool because it has synthesis in it. But yeah, a lot of big, expensive sample packs like full orchestras and stuff use things like Kontakt. But yeah, it's a big glorified sampler, really. So this is the lo-fi distortion we're playing with. So that was the bits. I like that kind of stuff. Brass blast. Let's bring the sample rate down. It's not really doing anything there. What have I done? Back to the effects. Oh, there we go. So that lo-fi one is a very good fun one. Hello Santos, how you doing, mate? So some nice sweet spots to be found with this distortion. And I'm going to assume these are all modulatable because the next area is a rhythm area. Well, let's get through these effects. That's only one. I'll turn the distortion off. We have motion. Let's just turn it on. So this is a chorus slash phaser slash flanger. Bring the depth right up, or the wet right up. So you can change the depth, the speed, the phasing, and the wet obviously. The speed goes really fast so you can get it really twisty. That's pretty fun. Cheeky there. So let's try the phaser setting. I'm doing very well, man. I'm having a lovely day. It's a beautiful Saturday afternoon here. Spring's on the way. Sun coming through my window. Let's bring the depth right up and the speed down and the phasing up really high. Whoa, cool. Anyway, that's a phaser. Here's a flanger. So I'm guessing depth is kind of another word for feedback, if that's what you're used to. Change the source again. I like being able to change it really quickly like this. We'll go to simple synths. Let's just do some simple stuff. Dirty Saw. Go up an octave. Very good. So that is the motion. So that's your phaser, your flanger, and your chorus. Next we have a pitch effect. Let's turn it on. Oh yeah, I guess some of you guys will be partying up over in the States. So pitch obviously is an ADSR pitch envelope. And there's also a flutter thing here, but we'll get to that in a sec. So this adds a pitch envelope. Let's add some attack. And of course we have an amount. Excellent. So that's pretty standard there. Let's go over to the flutter and see what that does. I'll bring the amount down. Flutter. Turn it on. So this is just probably a portamelo kind of thing. Mushroom. Let's turn it down a bit because my neighbour's probably trying to enjoy the nice day. Okay, moving on. That is the pitch effect. Now we have a... Oh, we'll turn that off. We have a compressor. Let's turn it on. Amount, ratio, attack and release. Let's try a different sound. Let's go for process-based guitars. Very good. So we have a compressor, we have a delay. So this is beat driven or beat synced. So let's go 6/8 triplets, a lot of feedback. We've got pan. So that goes left and right. I'll bring the BPM down for now of Ableton Live. Change it to quarter note triplets, and we have dry wet. So that's a pretty basic delay, but still good. It's hard playing with a delay in time. So the feedback goes up very far, 100%. Let's get rid of that. We don't need that. Alright, so that's your delay. And then we have reverb. So we have pre-delay, size, and wet. So pretty simple. Let's turn the wet all the way up. So that macro, I think I get it now. It's assigned to macro 2 because I can see a little 2. Might not be able to see it on the stream, but there's a little number 2 above the wet. So if I go to the main, oh yeah, we can see reverb here. So I'm going to bring that all the way up and go into our effects, back to our reverb. I think I need to turn that the other way. That'd sound really good with that, what was it? Big swell. Where was that? Low brass and woodwind just swell. Pre-delay. Very good. Go back to our source. Let's pick another simple synth. We'll go for the squarey. Bit low. Okay, so that was the reverb. We have global effects. We have a distortion. Oh, so we can choose like different types of cabinets. Let's turn the reverb off. So I don't know much about cabinets, so I don't know what these all refer to, but we'll cycle through them a bit. We'll give them, I guess... So... So this actually looks quite comprehensive. So kind of the end of the chain, really kind of shaping your distortion if you want such of a sound. Interesting, it resets when I try to change the size, which makes sense, I guess, if they're kind of trying to analog model things. So just from a saw and using that cabinet kind of global distortion stuff, it's pretty sweet. What else did we use? V30 back. Yeah, we're going to have fun writing a track with this. So once I do get through this, we'll put down a beat and we'll see what we can do. Finally, we have the rhythm section, which... Yep, okay, so this is divided into 3 as well. If I turn them all on, it's color-coded. It's slightly a bit more cluttered than the rest, but I can still see what's going on here, I think. I'm just going to go back to the effects and turn off the... Oh, sorry. That was just distortion. We also have a global compressor. So this global compressor has more options than the simple compressor here, threshold, ratio, attack, release, and gain. And there's also a limiter. That's good. There is a global delay, which has time, feedback, pan, and wet, and a reverb, pre-delay, high pass, low pass, wet. And then we can have heaps of types of different reverbs. So large hall's always a good one to start with. quite nice. I always try to look for like the one that they call like super out of space crazy. Or what do we got here? Slap and Divulge, Tin Can, Whispers Long. That could be cool. Which one looks like the craziest? Resonant Shimmer? Give it. Bit of high pass. Interesting. So yeah, quite a comprehensive kind of reverb section there. Turn all those off for now. We'll keep the comp on so it's loud. So again, back over to the rhythm section. Again, it's split into 3, 1, 2, 3. Rhymes with coffee. It is a really nice GUI. It's quite nice and small as well. Like a lot of synths tend to take up like all of the screen. Guitar Good Miles. I believe this is sample based from what I've seen so far. So I would say yes at this stage. So over to our rhythm section. So let's have a look. So we've got our 3 layers here. We have our rhythm section at the bottom. So looks like we have an LFO or a wave, and we have a step sequencer mode. So, and I'm assuming these are levels. Okay, so they are. So they're positive and negative levels. So based on the shape, we can start assigning things within this section to areas of the track. So let's go back to the filter and turn it on. We'll get rid of the ADSR, go back to our filter. We'll put the cutoff halfway to the old test. And we will assign that to cutoff. So we have a ramp up, assigned to the cutoff now. Whoa, look at this. How did I do that? This flux is interesting. I remember this from Exhale, I think. I think this kind of adds kind of a bit of a random seed to the rate, so I'll turn that off for now. So this seems to be all time locked, and when I click on this, it gives me the option to choose whatever. We can change the shape, so we have sine, triangle, square, ramp down. This one. Don't know what they are. Bring the rate up a bit. That's quite cool. And we also have a complex panel here, so these are obviously very complex shapes. And we have a retrigger, so that will re-trigger the shape when you hit a note. We have a phase, so we can move it left and right. It goes into all little bits. Invert, we can invert it, or we can randomize. So you can randomize the wave shape, which is quite interesting. Okay, let's move over to the step mode. I'll close this down. Let's assign it to something else. We'll get rid of it on the cutoff. What else have we got? So we can assign it to the volume, the bite, the cutoff, the resonance, the high pass. Well, I think we can choose. Or can we? No, when we click on this, it just like takes us to that particular value. Bite. Where's bite? Is that a good one? Anyway, back to rhythm. And then there's global send, so we could send it to the global high pass, for example. Resonance, low pass, low pass resonance. And you can go in the plus or negatives. Let's just keep it on the cutoff for now. So I can't see any where we can assign this to other things such as pitch or effect parameters. Yeah, I think because this is specifically a bass plugin, they've perhaps not included that feature. Let's go into the sources here and pick another source. And we'll go into the step mode. So this step mode, we need to apply that to something. We'll apply it to the cutoff. So you can see that moving along there. So you can change these shapes as you like. We go into patterns, we've got different patterns we can choose. And there's a second page. Whoa, police. I might just attach that to the volume instead. Okay, we also have syncopated, so I guess these are like kind of triplet-y sounding ones. Put the metronome on and play. That's pretty cool. So sick of that metronome sound. And then we have, oh, these are the triplet ones here. Okay, that'll do for the rhythm section. Oh, there's a randomize button as well. Put that onto the cutoff. And yeah, we talked about flux before. Oh, there's an edit button for the flux. Oh man, so I think this is like a multiplier as to, yeah, I think what it does is it randomly chooses a rate of the current LFO or step rate based on a multiplier that you give it. So we can see here there's speed up, 1 times, 2 times, etc. And then we've got slow down. So I won't pretend like I know how to use that properly yet. Almost Psytrance. And over to the macro area. Okay, so we simply just have to click on macro and it will allow us to choose something that we have in front of us. So let's say, I'm going to go to the rhythm section, turn off the cutoff. I'm using the cutoff as the main example because it's easy. So if we go macro, can I click on this? Oh no, I need to click on this. Okay, so you select what macro you want. So let's say macro 1, then you click on 1 and it says full. Okay, so how do we make it not full? So we need to go and find what's assigned to macro 1, which is here. Okay, so let's get rid of that. And we'll get rid of that on the low pass cut as well. Then we go over to our filter and now we can assign it. So I believe now when we go to our main area, this macro 1 will control the cutoff. That's interesting. So when I go into the main page and click on the macro area, it says macro 1 slots. Navigate to any page and select a parameter that can be macro controlled. So I can see 6 slots here. So that's quite a lot for one macro knob. Obviously I've only got one layer going at the moment. Okay, so that's pretty self-explanatory. So yeah, 2, 3, etc. And one last thing, there's an ARP or an arpeggiator. So let's turn that on and have a look at what we got. We have pedal tone. Okay, so how does this work? So this is the shape in which the arpeggiator goes on the chords you play. So I'm gonna make the rate faster for you guys. We'll go 16th notes. Done. So I guess pedal tone is like down, up, down, up, down, up, and then going up one each. We've got up. And we've got down, up, down, down, up. Those are all pretty standard. Random, always fun to check out. Can we change the octaves? Yes, we can. We can go up to 5 octaves. So those are your octaves. We have chord, so I guess that just plays the chord. And zigzag. Zigzag down. I don't know why I like arpeggiator shapes, so there's something calming about them. Zigzag up, down. Their names are cool. Zigzag down, up. Let's do something weird. And as played. You could up and rhythm at the same time. Let's give that a go. So let's go up and down, play a minor chord. And let's add this step to the cutoff. Let's get some reverb. And let's turn on these other layers. So that was just one layer. The full power obviously comes when you have all three on. Anyway, let's jump ahead now. I want to listen to a few more presets. Let's do that. So we had dirty selected, turn that off. Starting to get my head around this now. I'm going to go from the back and go back. So that one's got some rhythm going. Let's have a look there. I think this one utilizes the ARP. And let's play with some macros while that's happening. Okay, let's try another one. Wubby chorus wobble. Wow! Alright, I reckon we should start trying to make, something that resembles music rather than go through it. So I think that's in a nutshell. I don't think I've missed anything. If you guys in the chat can see anything that I've missed. Does the ARP have a retrigger? Randomizer pattern rate. Let me just pick something which isn't... That's pretty cool. So that's using the rhythm. I'll turn the rhythm off. I think it re-triggers just every time because you can see the 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can add extra notes once you've already hit a note. was quite fun. Okay. So, in the ARP, yeah, okay, we can change the number of steps as well. So, what does this let us do? All the way up to 64 steps for the ARP, and all the way down to 1 step for the ARP. Oh. Octaves. Reverse. Yeah, and of course we've got a pattern area where we can choose our syncopated, triplet, and simple modes as well. And of course randomize, which doesn't randomize the steps. Let's put the steps up to 16 and randomize. Very good. So let's make something. I'm going to close this down a bit. We'll go into arrangement mode. So I've got that loaded up. We'll just call this base 1. If you followed my stream the other night, I was trying to make this big bass thing kind of similar to this in a way, but yeah, we used a particular loop I got from Splice Sound. It was the first kind of drum and bassy loop that I could find, so we'll just chuck that in there for now. We'll put it at 17 bars long, drag the loop markers across and loop it. And it's obviously warped it at half the time it should be, so there we go, and the original BPM is 174. Sounding good. So let's just go ahead and put in a big long MIDI note in this bass 1. We'll use G, because that's what I like. Actually, it could be kind of a cool starting sound. Maybe we make it even shorter. Let's zoom in, bring this back. And let's duplicate this track. See how it handles duplication. We'll rename this to bass 2 or 12. And we'll put this note here. And let's go ahead and pick, I'm just going to pick a few presets for now, and then we'll start shaping our own. Omniswell, or Omniswell. Sounds more like a... So I think I need to go up an octave with this note. Let's duplicate it again. Call it bass 3. I just want to shape some presets into a kind of a sequence as quickly as I can, because, I mean, I'm not going to lie, that's usually what I do when I get a synth for the first time, is just muck about with presets for a while. We'll do that. Let's drag this note out from 1.3 to 3, go back in here and have a listen to another cool sound. So in the preset manager, let's just go through them. Sub tsunami. That's pretty evil. Let's bring it up an octave. No, I don't want that one. I want something wompy. Brah. Rightfully named. So this ARP is really not that appropriate. Let's get rid of this MIDI clip. We'll pick a new preset for here. game bass. Alright. I'm going to copy that and paste it here. Let's take this up an octave. We'll change bass 2 to something else. So these are the macros. I've assigned the macros in Ableton Live to these 4 knobs here, so we can play around with these a little bit. I feel like we need to have one more of these and then create a specific subtrack. So we'll go 4. Let's group these together. We'll call this bass high, like so. And then we'll put I'm just going to use an auto filter to roll off the bass. That's screamy format. We'll create another track here. We'll call this sub. And then we'll copy this across to the sub. Get rid of that envelope. Open it up. I'm going to go turn off all but one of these guys. That one. And we'll go into our sources, choose subs. Here's a sine sub. So we need to come up with a little melody. I'm just going to quickly nip away for 2 minutes and I'll be right back. I'll leave you with a loop. Just give me a second. Okay, we're back. I'm going to mute that bass high track. We'll go into the sub and let's just write I'm feeling a bit kind of cheeky melody rather than like death in your face kind of stuff. So let's just put in some notes. I usually put them up an octave higher. If you're not familiar with how I do this, I usually put them up an octave higher before I put them down because it's easier for me to hear like sine waves in the higher frequency. Need to turn it up a bit on my computer as well. I'm going deaf. Something real simple like this. So you've got some kind of portamento going on here. So let's find out where that's coming from. That would probably be legato, maybe? Rhythms off, filter, EQ. You guys hear that pitch shifting? I want to get rid of that. Oh, there's an advanced tab. Ooh, I completely missed that. This is exciting. Dun dun dun. And here it is. So we have a glide in the advanced tab, which is mapped to macro 3, so that's good to know. Velocity sensitive, and then it's got a key range. So a few more options hidden there. I didn't notice that there. So let's go into our main and turn the glide down. So it's right there. Big glide knob. Okay. I'm just going to duplicate these over a bit. And we'll copy these. So I'm going to copy these two notes across to this first bass. Let's delete all these for now. Bring this down. Turn this on. And I want a nice stabby note. So let's go into this one. Go into our edit menu. No release on any of them. Sounds good. Let's copy these four to this one. These four, what's the same four? To that one and to that one. So we need a different sound for bass 4. Again, just writing presets at the moment. Bruh. Shrieker's Spell. Brass in the Trunk. I like that sound, but we'll lose the ARP. Let's go down an octave with this first one. What I might do is make this a long note. We will shape these a bit. So these are obviously a bit too low, I think, so select all up. I think the sound is just inappropriate. Thing with this is you've got to wait just a few seconds for your preset to load sometimes. And we'll go into our bass high track, put on a compressor. Was there a preset called Donald Thump? Alright. So let's duplicate this. We'll call this Donald. And we'll use it no matter what. So presets, where was it? Donald Thump, you say? Donald Thump. So it's obviously got an arpeggiator on it. Let's see how that sounds. I'm not liking the notes. Let's just go up a semitone instead of up to the two tones. That'll make it a little bit more creepy. Sorry, my mouse is doing all kinds of weird stuff over here. Alright. Donald is a bit too low. Just going to consolidate these clips. Don't need you. And I'm going to bring them back a bit so that they don't overlap to each other. Don't like this first sound. Let's go in here and have a look. Sounds like freedom to me. Yeah. Okay, where are we? So that was game base. Maybe there's like a what would the pun be of Hillary Clinton? Keep it clean. Let's just loop this part for a sec. And yeah, I'm gonna get this compressor out. We'll take a sidechain from that 8 audio, which I should rename to drums. Starting to take a slight shape. It doesn't sound super amazing yet. So I've sidechained the bass high from that drums track. Of course, you need to turn EQing on. I'm just going to solo the bass high track and turn on the monitor mode so we can find where the kick is. I'm going to put it into a bandpass. Turn up the Q. Short release. I don't like those first 2 notes. I think it should be just like one big one that pitches down after a little while. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll duplicate that out over this period. And what we'll do is we'll go down an octave and pitch bend this up. Let's play with this bruh preset. So obviously it's got a format here. I'll play with the macros first. Don't know if I'm liking the format. Let's turn on the global distortion. Okay, let's go back to the sub again. It's going to make this 2 low Gs. And have this one come in here. Let's try that pattern. Bring these down. So we just need to copy that up, holding down the Alt key. My mouse is being real weird. Sorry if I'm clicking around a bit. Okay, I'm going to move across to this area here. I'd like to actually make my own sound now, I think. I want to make one big continuous sound and see what kind of atmospheric wub we can get out of this machine. So I'm going to copy the sub across to this MIDI track. We'll call this Mega Wub, Ega Wub, and make it a low G. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like it's usable. Oh yeah, that's sick. Alright, so let's have a look of what we got. I'll open it up. I'm going to go into the presets and I'm going to go, hopefully, yes, 000, initial, yes. So let's go to the main. We have a clean sub on just one oscillator. Let's keep that. Let's go into the edit menu, bring it down 12 semitones. We want to keep it narrow and we want to keep it on monophonic. So that's our first layer, the sub. Excellent. Let's turn on the second one. What do we got here? Chorus synth. It's alright. Let's go in here and choose... pretty much a saw wave there, so we'll use that one. We'll go into our we'll make this kind of come up. Actually no, we'll do that on the filter, so let's turn the filter on for that one. Turn on the ADSR envelope and have it come up, give it an amount. And we'll need to bring the actual filter down, I think. Sounding good. Let's go to the effects. Let's put a reverb on that saw that we did. Pre-delay, 50% wet, big size. And what else we got? Put some motion on it. Let's give it a phaser, very short speed, lots of depth, medium phase, medium wet. What I'll do is go back to my filter and I'm going to bring my sustain time up. Let's go in the rhythm area. We'll attach this LFO to the cutoff of this. Let's just listen to it. Doesn't seem to be repeating the wave. I'm guessing because the filter EQ is overriding it. So if I bring the sustain down, maybe that rhythm will continue. We can phase it a bit. Make it a bit later. Earlier. Let's try some of these custom shapes that they've got. These complex ones. We'll give that filter some real resonance. Not that much. Back to our FX. I'm going to bring the size of the reverb down a bit. Back to the rhythm. I want to change that shape again. We'll make the rate slower. Well, this shape's cool. Looks cool. I like that. With the pre-delay. Big fan of that. Let's change the sound here. One-shot impacts. Complex synths. And that should very good. Let's turn on the third one. So you can go away. And that third one is Rosewood for now. Let's go for Organic Hybrids. Sounds fun. Hush. Try tuning down 12 semitones. Up 12. No. And what we'll do is we'll make this stereo wide. Go into our filter, turn it on for this one. We'll make this one a high pass 4-pole. And we'll give that an ADSR as well with a long attack. Which means again we'll need to bring this all the way up. Too long. Give it some amount. My apologies. Let's just listen to this. Need to go on the negatives, I think. And change the filter up to here. Go into the effects. Let's turn on the global distortion because I quite like playing with this. Not sure what half of it does, but it sounds cool. So let's add some effects to this one here. The volume is quite high. We'll give it some motion. We'll make this one a chorus, why not? And now we could probably afford to make this down 12 semitones. Or we could make it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope. Might change this hard sync. Really short time with lots of feedback. See how that sounds. And I'd love to be able to automate that. I might chuck it on the byte, and I think if I click here, it'll take me to the byte. I'll turn these off for now. Get rid of that delay. Might even just turn the filter off for now. I want to know what that byte does. So turn off the motion, go into distortion. Whoa, that was interesting. So it suddenly hit me then. You guys saw that, right? I'm not going crazy. So now in theory we can attach that to the byte. And we can pan these in the edit mode, I think. So I'll pan that a little bit to the right, this one a little bit to the left. Seems to have taken over the sub bass. So let's add this sound to the very start here, and we'll get rid of all of this stuff and see what we get. Back into the sound. Turn on the motion. Let's turn on pitch for this. Give it a big pitch envelope as well. So I was like, hopefully. Airplane, air raid. I think I did find a bug. I've noticed, oh, that's gonna be cool. Yeah, a few things in here don't happen until you re-trigger the MIDI note. So I don't know, there could be a contact restriction, it could be just part of how it works, but I mean it's just character stuff really. Yo, how are you? Um, come on in. Come on in, come on in. My mate Mark's just turned up. And I'm going to fix his computer. So I'm going to pick this stream up probably later tonight in about 3 hours. Say hello, Marcus, to the internet, to the world.
Hello.
Mark does a fantastic project called Sound Food where he DJs and cooks at the same time. You should Google for it. Or is it mysoundfood.com?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so anyway, that was Substance by Output. In a nutshell, that was my first impression. Really like it, want to get deeper with it. And yeah, very cool synth. So I'll see you guys later in about 3 hours if you're still around. Later.